coming on the short end of the stick. And Smith Cotton, dressed in their road black uniforms, gets the tip. We're underway. A very loud, raucous crowd here this evening, although there's not a real big crowd, but they are making a racket. Here's Smith Cotton with it. Rasmussen, top of the circle. Left-hand side off to Kevin Authorley. Top of the circle again off to Brian Davis. Davis back to Rasmussen in the lane. Bounce pass inside to Wood. Wood with his back to the bucket just retreats the pass. Back out to Rasmussen. They swing it wing right side over to Davis. Davis in the middle. High post. Shot put up. Runner good by Wood. Jeremy Wood gets the first two of the night. Now the Owls come quickly back. Long lead pass to Bodie. Foul called underneath against Kevin Authorley. Much like the other night, Sedalia Smith Cotton will have to get back quickly. The Owls burned Hannibal several times the other night on that long lead pass whenever Hannibal would make a bucket. Bodie will shoot two. No question here about who wants to control the tempo. The Owls like that up-tempo game, and Smith Cotton would rather slow it down and make it a half-court game. We'll see who wins out tonight. Bodie hits the first one. He'll get one more on the foul by Arthur Lee. Bodie hits them both. Steve only had 4 the other night against Hannibal. And the Owls put on pressure in the backcourt. This was anticipated. Here's Arthur Lee, clears the forecourt, double-teamed, almost a trap. Rasmussen in the middle gets the pass off and a shot in by Nathan Gagnon. Gagnon was left alone. Back come the Owls quickly. Fan open for a three. Off the back iron, no good. And back comes Smith Cotton. Now they want to run. Rasmussen off to Davis. Davis will back the shot out now to pass out to Rasmussen. Davis had the numbers but decided not to shoot it. Here's Davis in the corner, guarded by Abney. Abney. The Owls open up in a zone, almost a 5 count. Out to Rasmussen. Back to Davis, open for a three on the wing. No good. Rebound by Sleeper. Out to Abney. Abney looks up court, nothing there, but he'll take the dribble hard to the left side. Now back towards the middle, cross court to Bodie. Open for a tray. Count it. Bodie's got all 5 of Marshall's points in the early going. It's the Owls' first lead, 5-4. Rasmussen to the backcourt. The Owls putting on a 2-2-1 zone press here, and they get a turnover. Here's Kodowitz. Kodowitz off to Abney in three-point land. Long skip pass to Bodie. Steve launches another three. This one's short, and the rebound coming down the lane with it is Rasmussen. Rasmussen up the wing. The pass to Wood. Wood to Rasmussen. This is definitely the Owls' pace right now. Now Sedalia will slow it down. Rasmussen, the 5'8 junior, the quarterback, playing the point, slows things down out to Davis. High post pass to Gagnon. Gagnon looks inside, goes back out to Wood, over to Rasmussen. Long skip pass to Davis. Davis against Abney, back to Wood. Wood in the corner, back to Rasmussen. Takes a couple of dribbles, almost has it stolen away by Abney, but Gagnon's able to, or rather Davis is able to corral the pass, back to Rasmussen, over to Wood. The Owls in a zone. Here's Wood in the corner. Long cross-court pass. Davis just inside a three-point arc, short. In the lane, rebound by Sleeper. Kodowitz, cross-court pass to Abney, who almost walked. Off the Fan, over to Bodie. Steve's open for another three. Left-hand side of the lane, short. Rebound Fan in the lane. He missed, but Sleeper gets the loose ball and puts it up and in. The Owls have run off 7 in a row. Or rather 5 in a row, and back comes Smith Cotton. Davis to the forecourt to Rasmussen. Gets around Bodie to the forecourt. Off to Davis, wing left side. That's Arthur Lee with it, back to Davis. And again, Smith Cotton will pull it out and take some time off the clock and run their offense. Looks like they're running a 1-3-1 set. Stolen away by Abney right in front of the Owl bench. Abney leads a 4-on-2. Tried to thread the needle into Bodie cross court, but the pass was tipped away by Arthur Lee. Good play defensively by the Tigers. And we're going to have a new player in the ball game. Looks like Travis Dickman will come in the game, along with Matt Sabowski. And we have a stoppage here as one of the officials has come over. And they are checking something at the scorer's table. looks like we're going to have a technical against Sedalia Smith Cotton. Evidently somebody was not put in the book in the proper order or did not have the right number, and that constitutes a technical foul, and that's, I think, is what we're going to have here. Apparently a player was not listed in the book that is giving to the official score before the game, and the player's on the floor, so Eric Fan will shoot the technical for the Owls. That's 2 shots. He makes the first one. The second one is good. And the Owls have a 9-4 lead, and they'll have the ball after the technical. Checking out the substitutions. Sabowski comes in the ball game. A 6'2 sophomore. And the Owls get it in bounds to Abney. Coming out of the ball game was Nate Gagne. Here's Fan around Davis to the lane. Offensive foul against Eric Fan as Sabowski slid over there, the sophomore, and picked up the charge on the Owl senior Eric Fan. That'll be his first foul, first team foul against Marshall. Making the call was the Columbia official Phil Griffith. Here's Arthur Lee for Sedalia. Back to Rasmussen to the forecourt. Rasmussen runs into a double team as he crossed the timeline. Gets the ball back, gets it inside, shot put up by Dickman, is blocked away, and back comes Abney. Abney on a pass from Kodowitz tries to split between 2 players, and after he got between the 2 players, dribbled it off his foot out of bounds. And Abney knew it. Now the Owls will at least have a chance to set up their press, and Abney will come out for a moment. DeMille Davis will come back in. And again, the Owls put up that 2-2-1 zone press, and this time Dickman beats it across the timeline over to Rasmussen. Played half of the first quarter. It's a 9-4 Owl lead. Bodie off to Dickman to a 3-point try put up by Rasmussen, no good. Rebound by Fan. Fan across the timeline, almost lost it, gives it up to Bodie, top of the circle. Off to DeMille Davis, the Owl junior making his first appearance in the ball game. Over to Bodie. Bodie, high post pass to Sleeper. Sleeper drives the lane, goes up, lays it up and in. Oh, a nice move by Max Sleeper. He's got 4 points. Max just drove to the hoop and put it up and in off the glass. Rasmussen over to Davis, to Dickman in 3-point land. Dickman goes to the baseline. He's double teamed by Kodowitz and Davis. Got to get rid of it. Down low to the sophomore Sabowski. Nice step in by Sabowski, the sophomore, and he gets the deuce. Now a steal by Arthur Lee against Kodowitz going to the bucket. He is fouled by Kodowitz. And a foul's on the floor, and Coach Martin White for Sedalia wants an intentional foul, and I'm not so sure it wasn't. Kodowitz didn't really hammer him. He just kind of grabbed him with both hands when Arthur Lee brought the ball down. But the official just calls it a foul on the floor. That'll be Kodowitz's first. New player in the ball game, Steve Overton, a 5'7" senior in the game. Also checking in is Jerry Wood coming back in the game for Smith Cotton. So Coach Martin White going to his bench freely here in the early going. Abney is back in the ball game for the Owls. Kodowitz and Bodie are out. And now we got another problem over at the scorer's table. Coach Martin White is now talking to one of the officials. Now the officials are conferring. The Owls only have 4 players. Oh, they got Marklin Keith now checks in, so now they got 5 players in the ball game. I think Martin White wants to make sure that the player he just reinserted, it may be Wood, who did not have the proper number in the book. Well, the Owls lead 11-6. Have a technical foul called on them. And it's probably for the same violation. And Rasmussen hits the first one. So evidently both teams having a little problem. Rasmussen hits 1 of 2. Both teams having a problem getting the numbers straight of the kids that are going to put in the scorebook. Usually early in the game, that's what it would be. Here's a pass on the inside to Travis Dickman. He got inside sleeper on the inbounds, and it's an 11-9 ball game all of a sudden. Here's Abney to the forecourt, back off to DeMille Davis. The Owls almost get sloppy out high. Davis trying to get Rasmussen off him over to Abney against Overton. Let's see if Abney post up on Overton down low maybe. He's got some height on Steve. Well, Fan's going to shoot a 3. It's short. Rebound run down in the corner by Marquin Keith, but he couldn't quite do it. And Keith turns it over, and the Owls do the same. Now Rasmussen inbounds. The 2-2-1 Owl zone pressure. Now the Owls drop off a bit. Rasmussen in the backcourt, still trying to work against Davis. Does so to the forecourt against DeMille Davis. Sedalia can tie it here with a bucket. Rasmussen, the Owls are in a man defense now. Here's Overton. Overton down low. Dickman was open, but he didn't give it to him. Here's Rasmussen, doesn't shoot the 3. Here's Wood against Fan. Dribbles a couple of times, out to Sabowski. Along the elbow, left-hand side. To Overton, pops open for a jumper from the lane, no good. Rebound taken down by Marquin Keith. Off to Abney. Abney to the forecourt to Keith. Keith slashes to the lane, back off the Fan. Eric fakes the 3, takes the dribble, now gets it back out to DeMille Davis. Top of the circle, Joe Abney has it against Overton. The Smith-Cotton man-to-man defense. Here's Fan. In three-point country, about 25 feet away from the bucket. Drives with the left hand to the lane, short jumper, 12 feet, gets the roll. The Owls, I've noticed, ever since Bodie hit that first jumper, have been rather short on their shots. Fan got that one to roll in. Now here's Smith-Cotton breaking the pressure. 2-on-1 Rasmussen all the way down the lane, lays it up. He's fouled from behind by DeMille Davis. And that'll send Andy Rasmussen to the line for a couple. Checking back in the ball game is Brian Davis for Smith-Cotton. Kotowitz, Bodie check back in for Marshall. Fan and Sleeper will come out for the Owls. Well, it's going to say the foul was before the shot. The Owls get a break there, so there's no foul shots for Smith-Cotton. They do get the ball back in though, and here's Davis with it. Far corner against Abney. Has the ball slapped away, but gets it back. Here's Dickman in the corner. He takes one dribble, back to Davis. Over to Overton. Smith-Cotton is going to try and control the tempo of this ball game. I wouldn't be surprised to see him hold for 1 here. With 50 seconds and counting left to play in the quarter. Although they're down by 4. In the middle, Sabowski goes to the lane. Double team. Kotowitz on the defense. Shot put up, no good. Here's DeMille Davis back for the Owls. Davis 1-on-3, does a good job to hold it up in the corner. Bodie just in the game for another 3-point try, no good. The Owls may have told Steve Bodie to shoot a little more or look for your shot a little more. He has, just hasn't hit it much yet. Here's a 3-point try put up and in by Brian Davis. And Kotowitz and one of the Smith-Cotton players were pushing underneath. And a foul is called against the Tigers. Let's see who that foul's against. I think it's against Smith-Cotton. They're going to say Davis's shot. Yeah, it was a 3-pointer. No indication yet against who the foul was on. Apparently it was against Smith-Cotton, but the bucket counts. Back come the Owls with a 1-point lead and 20 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Bodie. Steve off to Abney. Abney, now the Owls spread out the Sedalia defense. Back to Bodie. Bodie top of the circle against Overton. Back out to Davis with 6 seconds. 5, 4, cross-court pass Abney. Joe's open for a 3-pointer. That won't go down. In the lane, Kotowitz. It goes in, but it won't count. And that ends the opening quarter. The Owls lead 13-12 after 1, but it flashed up who that last foul was on against Smith-Cotton, so we'll just go on from there. Both teams, rather the Owls have 3 team fouls in the opening half. Smith-Cotton has 2, and the Owls get the ball to start the quarter. Here's Fan rolling to the lane, and Eric puts it up and in from about 8 feet out. He's got half a dozen. And usually when he rolls, the Owls do as well. Here's Arthur Lee in the backcourt. He's back in the ball game for Martin White. Smith-Cotton Tigers. In the front court is Overton. Cross-court pass to Arthur Lee. Looks inside, nothing doing. The Owls in a man-to-man after opening up the game in his own. Here's Overton. Three-point line guarded by Abney. Now he retreats on the dribble. Looks to go top of the circle with it. Passes tipped. Sabalski comes up with it. Left-hand side. Shot after the pass is put up by Nathan Gagne. No good. Rebound. That's no good by the Tigers. And back come the Owls. Abney looks up court. Up to Bodie. Bodie doesn't take the three. Abney steps in, then he walks. The Owls have 3 turnovers in the early going. Smith Cotton has 1. Rasmussen will inbound for Sedalia. And up the court to Sabalski. Sabalski, however, was 1-on-2 and holds up and gets it back to Rasmussen. Owls lead 15-12. Their biggest lead has been 5 in this game. Here's Brian Davis in the corner. Inside pass. Sabalski got away from Sleeper. Put it in off the glass. He's got 4 in the game. Now a long lead pass to Eric Fan is too far, and the Owls turn it over again. But Smith Cotton can take the lead on this possession. The Owls covering man-to-man all over the floor here. And stepping on the out-of-bounds line on the far side was Nathan Gagne. Well, I bet we see that almost once a game on opposing teams when they come to Marshall. There is a lot of room on that far side, whereas on the near side there is virtually no room with the players' benches and scores table. And the players tend to be confused if you're a visiting team. Here's Abney in the corner. Abney goes to the lane, now tries a flick and pass inside to Kotowitz. It's knocked out of bounds, and it will be Marshall basketball underneath their own bucket. Bodie will inbound. Sabalski comes out of the ball game, and the sophomore gave Tigers some good minutes. Here's Fan, guarded out high by Davis, off to Abney. Abney dribbling out high, kills the dribble, looking for a cutter, gets it off to Bodie at the top of the circle. Bodie dribbling against Rasmussen, cuts inside the foul line for a jumper, gets the roll. Steve Bodie is definitely looking for a shot tonight, and I know that's what the Owls like to see. He's got 7 already in the ball game. Long cross-court pass up to Davis to the forecourt. Davis kills the dribble. Now he's in trouble. Gets it off to Rasmussen. Rasmussen, cross-court pass. Davis is open for a 3. Count it! That's twice Davis has been open on that wing, and he's hit both of them. We're tied at 17. Abney down low to Sleeper, who lays it up and in. That's what happens when you get the penetration. Abney was left alone and got the layup. The Owls regained the lead by 2. Here's Rasmussen to the forecourt. Off to Davis. Bodie picks him up out high. Off to Dickman. Dickman along the baseline. Now he retreats on the dribble. Back to Davis. Top of the circle. Rasmussen against Abney. Rasmussen pounds the ball onto the floor near the timeline in the forecourt. Cross-court pass off to Davis. Sedalia wanting to slow this game down a little bit. Sleeper working very hard inside against Gagne. Bounce pass off to Dickman in the corner. Did he walk? Sure did. That's one of the hazards of hanging onto the ball a little bit, and that is with each pass, with each movement, you have another chance to turn it over. There's Abney up to Bodie, over to Fan. Fan in the corner, off to Kotowitz, top of the circle. They swing it wing right off to Bodie. Almost a steal by Arthur Lee. Here's Fan. He'll pop a 3 anyway with a man all over him. No good. Rebound by Bodie on the weak side. Steve was hammered. It'll be a 2-shot foul against Smith Cotton. Bodie kind of snuck in there among the trees and got the rebound. Dickman picks up the foul for Smith Cotton. That's his first. 3 team fouls against both teams now. Bodie will be shooting a deuce from the line. Steve's got 7 on the night. Leads all scorers to this point. First one up. Good. Jamil Davis getting ready to check in the ball game for the Owls. Second one by Steve is good again. Bodie hits them both. Davis will come in and Bodie will come out. Rasmussen will inbound as the Owls again are in that 2-2-1 zone pressing defense here. Marquin Keith also back in the ball game for Fan. In the corner, Davis for another 3. Count it! Holy Holy smoke! Ryan Davis putting in rainbows all over the place here at Marshall High School. The Owl lead is a point, 21-20. Davis, nice pass in the lane to Abney, who spins on the run, puts it up, no good. Rebound and a whistle. Foul called against Marshall. That'll be 14 fouls against the Owls. Abney picks up the foul. That'll be his first. 14 fouls against the Owls, and Rasmussen will inbound. Abney, Davis go out. Fan and Bodie come right back in for Marshall. Up the middle, the pass comes to Rasmussen. And Sedalia again can take the lead with a bucket here. Good ball game tonight from Marshall. Wing left side. Davis is left alone again for another three. This one's no good. Here comes Kotowitz, 3-on-2. DeFan in the middle. Eric pulls up for the jumper, no good. Rebound Kotowitz down low. He's hammered from behind by Arthur Lee. Smith Cotton crowd across the way thinks it was a clean block. The official says no. And Kotowitz will be at the line for a deuce. Arthur Lee picks up his second foul. Well, the Tigers do a great job of getting Brian Davis open for those threes. I mean, he hasn't been contested on any of them. Sabowski comes back in the ball game. Here comes Steve Overton back in the game for Smith Cotton. Gagne comes back in the ball game. Davis checks out. The Owls are happy to see that. He won't be out long. Arthur Lee comes out of the ball game, as does Wood. 2 free throws for Scott Kotowitz. Misses the first one. And the Owl free throw shooting has been getting better as of late. They've gotten themselves up to 57% after being down around 50-51% for most of the season. Kotowitz misses the first one. Hits the second. And the Owls are 7 of 8 from the line here in the early going. We're still 4 minutes left to play in this first half. Marshall leads 22-20. Sabowski comes in to work the middle of that Owl press and gets a pass off to Gagne. Gets it off to Rasmussen to the forecourt. Rasmussen, wing on the right. Overton has it. He'll dribble out near the right hash. Inside, Sabowski tries to go cross court. Not a good pass. Stolen away by Fan. Fan, wing left to Abney, was back in the game. Abney looks inside, over to Sleeper, baseline left. Max kicks it back out to Bodie. The Fan, he almost lost it. Gets it back, and now has to get rid of it to Abney. Abney, wing left off the Fan. Fan playing out high. Now he'll sink back down inside that Smith Cotton man-to-man defense. Picks up the pass. Cross court to Bodie, who's left open. Puts it up and in off the glass. Good pass by Fan. Bodie got open. The Owls got the deuce. They lead by 4. 3:10 left to play in the first half. Rasmussen to the forecourt on the dribble against Bodie. Or rather against Abney. Off to Overton. Overton looking inside. Nothing doing. Again, Smith Cotton slowing down the game a little bit. And to this point, it's worked pretty much to their effect here. Only down by 4. Here's Rasmussen into the paint, kicks it back out to Overton. Overton off to Rasmussen, goes baseline, tries to force it inside. Picking up the loose ball is Dickman, who lays it up and in. Dickman got loose, and the Owl lead is again just 2. Fan out high. Wants to drive on Dickman with the left hand. Back out to Keith. He hands it to Abney in three-point country. Way outside, Bodie has it. Steve directs the offense, gives it out to Fan. Fan, the Owls look for that backdoor cut again. It wasn't there as Rasmussen picked up Bodie. But now Steve pops out open for a jumper, misses it. Overton tries to run down the rebound in the corner. Bodie got a hand on it, knocked it out of bounds. And Smith Cotton gets it back. 2:07 left to play in this quickly moving first half. Overton inbounds against pressure. Davis back in the ball game, looks for help in the backcourt. Gets it off to Overton. The Owls trying to get a 10 count here, but Overton will clear the timeline apparently, and does so against Abney. Bounce pass on the wing over as Dickman misses it badly, and then a foul over the back, and it'll be called by Gagne against Kotowitz. That'll be Gagne's. Let's see if that's his first. That is his first team. That is his first foul, 5 against the team. So the Owls will simply inbound. Here's Abney with it. Off to Bodie in the forecourt, off to Marquand Keith. Fakes the pass inside. Gets it off to Abney in the far corner. Gets a screen from Sleeper. Top of the circle, Bodie is open. And then out popped Davis on the defense, and Steve had to get rid of it and threw it right into the hands of Sabowski. Back comes Smith Cotton with again a chance to tie. Down the lane, Dickman gets it back out. It's stolen away by Abney. Sleeper got a hand on it to Abney to the forecourt. Abney down the baseline. Joe's left open. Puts it up. No good. Rebound Kotowitz in the paint. Foul called against Gagne. That'll be 2 on him and 6 on the team. And the Owls will inbound underneath their own bucket. Eric Fan checks back in the ballgame for Marquand Keith. Eric with 6 points in the first half. Bodie will inbound. Gets it out high to Kotowitz. Kotowitz drives, gets it off the Fan for a 3. Good! Eric Fan steps off the bench, gets the inbounds pass, and hits a tray. The Owls lead by 5. In the backcourt, Davis to Overton. Overton across the timeline on the right. Still dribbling on the ball. Gets a screen from Sabowski away from Abney. In the middle, Gagne over Kotowitz. Short jumper, yeah. Gagne got the roll. He's got 4. Let's see if the Owls can hold for 1 here. No, they're going to go ahead and go at the bucket, it looks like. Fan, cross-court pass to Kotowitz in the lane. Back to Fan. Down inside, a lob pass to Sleeper against Gagne. Back to Fan for a long 3 from the corner. In and out, no good. Rebound, Kotowitz, put it up. Good. Kotowitz got the roll, working on the offensive glass. The Owls lead by 5 again. Smith Cotton with 25 seconds, got the pumpkin in the backcourt. Here's Overton with it. Over the line on the left with the right-hand dribble. Overton. Left-hand side off to Wood. Wood in the middle, lost the dribble, gets it back. Now Sabowski pops out for a foul line jumper. Boy, it wasn't a good play with 10 seconds left to play in the quarter. The Owls can play for 1 here. Fan off to Abney, to Bodie for a 3-point try. Oh, he was fouled out high by Brian Davis with 2 seconds left on the clock, and the Owls will get 3 foul shots. And this could be potentially a 5-point swing for Marshall. The sophomore Sabowski, with about 15 seconds left for Smith Cotton, took an ill-advised shot. It wasn't so much that it was a bad shot. It was about a 12-footer in the lane. But he should have. But I'm sure Smith Cotton did not want to take that shot. Martin White, the coach for the Tigers, didn't want the Tigers to take that shot as Bodie misses the first free throw. With that much time still remaining on the first half clock. Bodie at the line for another one. Misses it badly. First one was off the side of the rim. The second one was off the front of the rim. Steele will get 1 more. There's still 2 seconds left to play in this first half. Bodie's next shot is no good. Rebound taken down by Smith Cotton. That ends the first half as the Owls missed all 3 free throws at the end of the half. But Marshall walks off with a 20. Starts second half action. Smith Cotton has the ball, moving left to right here to start this third quarter. Down by 5, the Tigers are. Here's Rasmussen in the corner to Brian Davis for a shot, no good. Long lead pass is intercepted at midcourt by Rasmussen for Sedalia. Inside, now a pass to Sabowski is thrown away as both teams trade turnovers here in this early moments of the third quarter. There's Abney over the timeline for the Owls. Goes down the lane, throws up a runner, doesn't get the roll. Rebound by Arthur Lee for Sedalia. Up the wing, left-hand side, that's Wood. Fakes the jumper to Sabowski in the lane. Short jumper off the glass, good. Sabowski knew exactly what he was going to do with it. He took it to the hole and pumped it in off the window. He's got half a dozen. Back come the Owls at the 3-point Marshall lead. Kotowitz, low post pass to Fan, puts up a jumper from 6 feet, no good. Rebound in the lane, Arthur Lee had it knocked away, but gets it back. Back come the Tigers. Wing left side, Davis has it. Davis looks inside to Sabowski, but nothing doing. Now he dribbles out high over to Abney. Nice entry pass to Arthur Lee down low against Kotowitz. Puts it up, no good, but a foul is called against Chris Kotowitz. That'll be, or rather, Scott Kotowitz. Chris Kotowitz played for the Owls a couple years ago. Scott Kotowitz picks up the foul. That's his second. He'll come out along with Abney. And Jamil Davis and Marquand Keith come in the ballgame. So Arthur Lee, Davis, Rasmussen, Sabowski. And Jeremy Wood start the second half for Smith Cotton coach Martin White. And the Owls on the floor now have Sleeper, DeMille Davis, Fan, Marquin Keith, and Steve Bodie. Arthur Lee hits the first one. That's his first point of the game. Second one good. Smith Cotton scored the first 4 points of this second half. Here's DeMille Davis across the timeline off the Bodie. Man-to-man, Sedalia defense. And they are extending that defense. Bodie dribbles right around Wood, lays it up and in. Well, Wood just fell asleep on the defensive end of the floor, and Bodie just dribbled right around him. The Owl lead is 3 again. 6.5 left to go in the third quarter. Over the timeline, Rasmussen. Off left-hand side to Wood. Back off to Rasmussen. DeMille Davis on him. The Owls are floating in that zone defense now. Long cross-court pass out to Davis, to Arthur Lee, back to Davis, and three-point land against Marquin Keith. They swing it left side to Rasmussen, back to Davis, takes one dribble, has Keith all over him. In the middle, Saboski in the paint. Holds it up high, tries to go downstairs, fast thrown away by Bodie. Out to DeMille Davis for a layup. Count it. The turnover against Smith Cotton. Bodie got the steal and the assist. Davis got the hoop. Back comes Smith Cotton, now down by 5. Lead pass Saboski, looks inside, nothing doing. Over to Rasmussen. Cross-court pass Davis. Baseline to Arthur Lee, down the lane. Kicks it back out to Davis for a 3. It's short. Rebound by Sleeper. Out to Bodie. The Owls want to run. 3-on-3. Bodie has the ball knocked off his leg, out of bounds. And the Owls are going to get it back. I thought maybe the Smith Cotton player knocked it off Bodie's leg, but the official says no. Bodie inbounds into DeMille Davis. Davis along the far side, dribbles out of the corner to the middle. Left-hand side now, the pass to Bodie. Back out high to DeMille Davis. Man-to-man, Smith Cotton defense. Davis out high, off to Bodie. Bodie will take the place of Davis here at the point. Dribbles around Wood again goes to the hole, puts it up, no good. Rebound in the lane, Sleeper had it, lost it, out of bounds. And Overton will come in for Smith Cotton. Coach Martin White's going to take Jeremy Wood out and put in a new player in the ball game. And Overton is the young man back in the game for Smith Cotton. Wing right side, Davis has it, pushes off, no call. Here's Arthur Lee along the baseline, back to Davis, in the paint, Saboski, back to Arthur Lee. He tries a three-pointer, good! Arthur Lee hits the 3. Here's Fan in the ball game trying a three-pointer, no good. Abney picks up a foul on the weak side, going for the offensive rebound. And Smith Cotton can tie it or take the lead on this possession. That's 2 on Abney. And Smith Cotton again faces that pressure, this time by the Owls in the backcourt. Here's Davis. He picks up a foul in the backcourt against Rasmussen. The Owls have 3 team fouls here in the opening 3.5 minutes of the second half. Rasmussen will inbound again. Gets it into Arthur Lee, who's cranked out 5 points here in this third quarter. He did not score in the first half. I don't even think the young man took a shot in the first half for Sedalia. Here's Rasmussen to the forecourt to Brian Davis. Davis down low, Overton, post up against Kotowitz, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound in the lane, tipped out of bounds against Sedalia. The Owls get it back, and they still have a 2-point lead. Smith Cotton has had numerous chances in the last 2 quarters of this game to tie the Owls when they had the opportunity, but the Owls continue to cling to that short margin of 2, 3, 4, 5 points. Here's Abney off to Bodie. High post pass, Sleeper. He looks inside to Kotowitz. He lost the handle on it, and it goes out of bounds. Pass is a little bit too high for Kotowitz to handle, and the Owls turn it over. Rasmussen gets it into Overton. Overton to Arthur Lee. Back to Overton to the forecourt. Overton working on the Owls senior Eric Fan. Overton bounce pass, wing right side Davis against Abney. Top of the circle, Overton swings it over to Saboski. He wants to drive on Sleeper. A good D by the Owls senior. Makes him retreat to dribble over to Overton. Out to Rasmussen against Bodie. He'll dribble towards the middle of the floor. The Owls are in this man-to-man. Wing left side, Overton. The Owls were in a zone. Now they're in a man defense. Arthur Lee pops out for a jumper. In and out, no good. Rebound taken down by Abney. Abney, long lead pass for Fan. It'll be too far for Eric to catch up to. And the Owls turn the ball over. Fan may have stopped, and Abney thought maybe that's where he was going to be, like a quarterback trying to read a pass pattern of a receiver. Otherwise, Joe just had too much mustard on that one. Owls coach Kevin Hart is off the bench, hands on hips, directing his team's defense here as they press Sedalia in the backcourt. Rasmussen to the forecourt against Bodie. Pushes off, no call. To the forecourt, still with the basketball. Gets it off to Wood, who's back in the ball game against Fan. Wood, a couple of dribbles, Fans all over him. The Owls have really stepped up the pressure defensively. Here's Rasmussen. Rasmussen, bounce pass. Gagne in the ball game against a double team. Now gets it off to Overton. They move inside to Gagne. 8-footer over Cotto. It's good. That time Sedalia does tie the game up. We're tied at 33. Gagne's got half a dozen. In the corner, Bodie down inside Sleeper. Around Gagne, lays it up. No good, but a foul is called against Smith Cotton. And Sleeper will go to the line for a couple. And that foul is going to be on Travis Dickman, who slipped back into the game on us. That's his second. Nobody for either team has more than 2 fouls, so foul trouble is not a problem. As a matter of fact, that's Smith Cotton's first foul of the second half. And we've got 2:34 left to play in the third quarter. Sleeper will get 2 from the line. The first one, no good. Max will get 1 more. The Owls were 7 of 11 from the stripe in the first half. Sedalia only 1 of 2. Second one by Sleeper, good. Max gets the back end of the 2 shots. He's got 7 points in the game. The Owls regain the lead 34-33. Marshall looking to get a turnover on their press. Abney from behind picks up a foul on Rasmussen. That's 3 on Joe. You gotta laugh at it a little bit. Joe Abney keeps looking over at the Owl bench like he's waiting for Coach Kevin Hart to take him out, but he doesn't take him out. Back comes Sedalia again, pressure in the backcourt. Long lob pass to the forecourt, and Sedalia somehow beats the Owl pressure, and Overton has it. High post pass to Gagne, who finds himself wide open and hits a turnaround 12-foot jumper. Sedalia takes the lead. Abney into the lane, pushes one up from 8, count the bucket, and a foul is called against Smith Cotton. Sooner or later, Joe Abney's going to make good things happen with the Owls on the offense. He did so there. That's his first 2 points of the night. You can bet it won't be his last 2. That foul was called against Steve Overton. The Owls regain the lead with that bucket. And Abney will try and complete the 3-point play. Rasmussen will get a rest on the Smith Cotton bench, and Brian Davis, who's been silent here in the second half to this point, checks back in. Davis had 3 3-pointers in the opening half. Abney's free throw is no good. We got a whistle though, and one of the Smith Cotton players, Jeremy Wood, stepped into the lane too early, so the Owls get a break, and Abney will get another chance at it here. Free throw, good. Abney hits the 3-point play, and the Owls again lead by 2 and again put on pressure in the backcourt. Overton with it. Overton will dribble up against Bodie to the forecourt, over the line on the right. Overton almost walked. Now gets it off right in front of the Sedalia Smith Cotton bench, off to Davis against Abney. Davis tries to drive around. Abney does so to the baseline, puts it up and in. Davis has 11. We're tied again. Here's Bodie. Top of the circle, Abney. Inside Sleeper. Turns back out to Bodie. To Abney. Slices down the lane. Back to Fan for a tray. Good. Fan's got a dozen. The Owls lead again by 3. A minute and a half left to play, third quarter. This one's going to go right down to the nub. There's Overton. Almost had that stolen away in front of the Owl bench by Bodie. Here's a pass off to Davis, goes down the baseline, is cut off, doesn't shoot. Gagne, cross-court pass to Wood in the lane, tries to step in between two defenders, he's cut off. Still has it, almost a 5 count. It is a 5 count. Fan and Sleeper down low, combined on the D. And Marshall gets the turnover. Here's Abney. Up to Bodie, over to Fan. A minute left to play in the third quarter. Here's Abney around a screen from Sleeper to Bodie at the foul line for a jumper. Tough shot, no good. Rebound run down by Overton in front of the Owl bench. And back comes Smith Cotton. They can tie it with a tray. Overton in the corner to Davis. There's the guy that can do it. Down low, though, they get the pass to Dickman. Tough shot over Sleeper. He gets it down. Oh, nice lean-in play by Dickman. Here's Bodie going to the hole. Out of control. Oh, they're going to call a blocking foul against Smith Cotton. It's going to be against Dickman. That'll be his third. I thought Bodie may have picked up a charge there, but the official disagrees. Marquin Keith, J.R. Lawless, DeMille Davis quickly check into the Owl lineup. Abney, Konowitz, and Fan will come out, so Coach Kevin Hart giving some of his frontline players a quick breather before the rush of the fourth quarter here. Bodie will be at the line for a couple. These are big free throws. First one up, off the back iron, no good. And it was a 2-shot foul. They were going after the rebound. Neither team's in the 1-and-1 yet. Steve has missed his last 4 free throws after making his first 4. Rasmussen back in for Smith Cotton. And Overton will check out. Next one by Bodie, rolls around, falls through. The Owl lead is again a deuce. Smith Cotton will try and hold for one here. There's Rasmussen quickly to the forecourt. Rasmussen dribbles to the corner, double teamed along the baseline. Foul called against DeMille Davis. Well, the Owls had Rasmussen where they wanted him. The Tiger Jr. dribbled himself into a corner down there along the baseline, and the Owls had a good double team up, but Davis apparently bumped Rasmussen and picks up the foul. Smith Cotton inbounds. Here's Rasmussen with it, top of the circle against DeMille Davis. Well, the Owl man-to-man defense has been tough in the last stages of this quarter. Here's Arthur Lee going baseline. Shot put up, no good. In the lane, Arthur Lee gets it back, puts it up, muscles it up, no good. Rebound again, Davis. 6 seconds left to play in the quarter. Davis dribbles, goes inside. Gagne turnaround jumper. That won't go down. And that ends a hectic third quarter. Marshall Lee start this fourth quarter as the Owls move from right to left. Abney back in the ball game. Sets up the Owl offense as Smith Cotton is in this zone now. They played man-to-man most of it, if not all of the third quarter. The Owls will have to adjust. Here's Fan firing up a 3, no good. Rebound, Konowitz blew the layup. And down low, Saboski comes up with it off to Arthur Lee. Sedalia can tie it again. He must have had 5 or 6 ties in this ball game and several lead changes, especially in the first half. Down inside, Saboski turns against Sleeper. Inside to Gagne, back out to Rasmussen. Rasmussen, as Davis, the sharpshooter for Sedalia, looks for his three-point spot. The Owls have opened up in a zone here in the fourth quarter as well. Arthur Lee jumps out for a jumper and hits it. Kevin Arthur Lee has 7 points, all in this second half. Here's Abney. We're tied at 41. Abney out to Bodie. Bodie to Abney, top of the circle. Looks at this Sedalia zone. Left-hand side, Fan again for a 3. Good. Eric Fan in the zone doesn't bother him. He just shoots over it. He's got 3 threes in the game. Back comes Smith Cotton in a foul at the timeline called against the Owls. And I think it's against Eric Fan. That's only his second, though. As we mentioned a little while ago, nobody is in any kind of foul trouble. Dickman has 3 for Smith Cotton, but he's on the bench. Arthur Lee gets it into Rasmussen. Rasmussen, like over the timeline against Abney. Got a good one brewing here at Marshall. Owls lead by 3. Smith Cotton with the ball with 6:25 left. Saboski in the corner, off to Davis. Over to Rasmussen, top of the circle, back to Davis. Smith Cotton, for the most part, has controlled the tempo in this game. Here's Rasmussen down the lane, back off to Gagne for a short jumper, good. Nathan Gagne in double figures with 10. Back with Bodie, off to Abney. Abney, top of the circle, high post past Kotowitz, off to Bodie, to Abney, top of the circle against Arthur Lee. Wants to drive on him, but doesn't. In the middle to Kotowitz, pass is thrown away, and then Saboski and Sleeper go for the loose ball, and the Owl senior picks up the foul. And the Owls are already over the limit, and Coach Kevin Hart wants to call a timeout. Marshall leads 44-43. He can hit these 2 free throws. There's still a long road to hoe in this one. 5:53 left on the clock. Saboski hits the first one. He'll get the bonus. And of course, being in the bonus this early in the game, or really any time in the fourth quarter, I guess, can really help you or it can kill you, depending on how well you shoot free throws. Saboski hits them both, and Smith Cotton regains the lead. 45-44. Abney over the timeline for the Owls, over to Fan. Fan will shoot a jumper from the side of the lane, no good. Rebound by Gagne. Off to Rasmussen. Smith Cotton has the ball, and they will take their sweet time against this Owl defense. They bring the 2 guards, Davis and Rasmussen, way out to play catch. Bounce pass right side off to Gagne. Over to Bodie, and foul is called, I think, against Steve Bodie. Still 5:26 left to play. Now they're going to say Bodie knocked the ball out of bounds. There was no foul. And Overton has the inbounds pass from Davis. Overton back to Davis. Sedalia with a 1-point lead. No doubt, bit of confidence here. The Owls are over the limit, so they can't gamble on defense. Here's Overton in the middle. Gagne down low. Saboski against Kotowitz. That's going to be an offensive foul as he threw an elbow into Kotowitz. Otherwise, he had good position. That's 14 fouls against Smith Cotton. So the Owls now can take the lead back with the bucket. Kotowitz inbounds to Abney. Abney walks it up over the timeline. Again, that zone defense by Smith Cotton here in this fourth quarter has caused the Owls some problems. Here's Span in the corner to Abney, to Bodie, top of the circle. Bodie looks, dribbles the ball a few times against Overton, top of the circle, now returns the pass from Abney. He plays catch with Bodie. In the corner, Fan to Bodie, to Abney. Under 4.5 left to play in the ball game. Here's Fan, a 3-pointer, that's no good. Underneath, Kotowitz has it, puts it up, that won't go down. Rebound by Gagne. Well, the Owls have missed a couple of putbacks here in this fourth quarter. Now Coach Martin White wants a timeout. 4:27 left to play in the ball game, and the Owls trail by 1. We'll be right back. You're listening to Marshall Owl basketball on KMO. Smith Cotton's Overton will inbound. Gets it into Davis. Davis over the line on the left against Abney. The Owls gone to a man defense here. There's Gagne going right to the bucket with it. He hits the shot from 12 feet out. Gagne's got 8 second-half points. Back to Bodie to Abney. Joe squares up. Now he goes down the lane. Up to Fan for a 3. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound in the lane. Ball is lost out of bounds against Smith Cotton. The Owls will get it back. Boy, that would have been a big possession had Smith Cotton gotten that ball back with a 3-point lead. Here's Bodie off to Abney. The Fan in 3-point country against Davis. Over to Kotowitz, high post to Abney. Abney doesn't take the shot. Looks inside of this Smith Cotton zone. Off the Fan in the corner. The Owls are trying to run their offense from the bench here a little bit. Here's Abney with it. Off to Bodie. 3:40 left to play in the game. Here's Fan to Bodie. Abney, top of the circle against Arthur Lee. To Kotowitz in the corner. Fan. Abney pops up for a 3. Count it! Abney's only 3 of the game to this point, and it ties it at 47 with 3.5 left to play. Overton in the backcourt. Off to Davis. We're tied at 47 to Overton. Overton tries to get across the timeline, can't do it. The Owls get the turnover. Overton gets it back. The Owls wanted a 10 count, nothing was coming. Now Arthur Lee down low, walks with the basketball after he was able to get away from Fan with the pass, and Coach Martin White, the Smith Cotton, is livid along this near side bench. They wanted a foul called and didn't get one. Now the Owls can take the lead with a bucket. 3 minutes left to play in the ball game. Wing left side off to Bodie. Top of the circle, Abney has it. They swing it the other side to Kodowitz. Down inside to Fan. Couldn't handle the pass, goes out of bounds. Marquin Keith comes in the game, and Kodowitz will check out. Now it's Smith Cotton's turn to try and take the lead with 2:50 left to play in the game. Jeremy Wood back in the ballgame for Gagne. Also out of the ballgame is Saboski. Overton gets the pass in the backcourt from Rasmussen. Rasmussen in the backcourt guarded by Keith. Up the wing to Travis Dickman, who's back in the ballgame. Dickman gets to the forecourt against Fan. Dickman almost lost it. He loses the Fan. Back come the Owls. Up to Marquin Keith. To Abney for a 3. Good! Abney's hit 2 threes back-to-back. The Owls lead by 3. After the Smith Cotton turnover, back comes Rasmussen to the forecourt. Rasmussen almost lost it. It'll go out of bounds in front of the scorer's table. And Smith Cotton will get it back, and I think Coach Martin White wants a timeout. Boy, things have really changed here after that timeout with 4.5 left and went right to the bucket. Now the Owls trying to direct their defense from the bench. They got one man out high, that's Abney. They're in a zone, but they are chasing the three-point man, Davis, all over the floor. Under 2 minutes left to play in the ballgame. Still a lot of time, and the Owls are over the limit. Smith Cotton, keep this in mind, they've got 2 fouls to give, so they can gamble when the Owls get the ball. Here's Rasmussen for a 3. That's short. Gets his own rebound. The Owls didn't block out, and a foul called against Max Sleeper. Bodie released. Bodie released down the floor, but Rasmussen was left open to get his own rebound. And Sleeper tried to come out to chase the ball down, and Rasmussen went back like a ping pong ball. Now the Owls want to call a timeout with 1:39 left. Rasmussen will be at the line for a Warburton. Owls lead by 3. Rasmussen, the pass inside, shot put up by Wood. No good, but a foul is called against the Owls, and Wood will go to the line for a couple. Sleeper picks up his 3rd. He is the only one for Marshall with 3. I believe Abney has 3 in the game. Marquin Keith will come out, and Scott Kodowitz checks back in. And Wood will have 2 shots from the line. The left-hander puts up the first one. Good. He'll get one more. This can cut the lead to 1. It's short. In the lane, rebound by Abney. Again, Smith Cotton is 2 fouls away from sending the Owls to the line. 1:15 left to play in the ball game. Abney out the Fan. Man-to-man defense now by Smith Cotton. Here's Bodie going to the lane. Off the Sleeper. Sleeper to Abney. The Owls will play keep away for as long as Sedalia lets them here. Here is Fan dribbling out to Bodie. 1 minute left to play in the ball game, and a foul called on Rasmussen. But Sedalia still has a foul to give. That's his first. 58 seconds left to play in the ball game. Bodie inbounds to Abney right away. Only 1 tick goes off the clock, and Arthur Lee picks up his 3rd. Now Now Coach Martin White for the Smith Cotton Tigers takes a timeout here to set up his defense and try and figure out who they want to foul. Still in school, mind you, but did not come out for basketball. They would have been starters, and he says probably the leading scorers. They were 1-23 last season. He's done a remarkable job there, and they have a chance to pull off a win here. There's Abney, gets it into Kotowitz, off to Abney. Abney to Bodie. Bodie down the middle, foul call as he tried to split two defenders. And let's see who it's on. New player in the ballgame, that's who it's on. Chris Finley, a 5'9" senior. So Finley, his first appearance in the ballgame, and he picks up a foul, and he comes right back out. And Bodie will be at the line for a 1-and-1. 52 seconds left to play in the ballgame. Steve is 5 of 9 from the night from the line. Missed the free throw. Smith Cotton can tie it with a bucket or take the lead with a 3. Rasmussen walks the ball over the timeline. Wing left side off to Arthur Lee. Let's see who Smith Cotton goes to. Both teams over the limit. The Owls are in a zone. Arthur Lee for a three-pointer. Off the back iron, no good. But Davis gets the rebound in the lane for the Tigers. Off to Rasmussen. Boy, that baby looked good from where I was sitting, but it didn't go down. Davis, top of the circle to Rasmussen. Against Bodie. In the lane. Kicks it back out to Davis. Off to Arthur Lee. He wanted to shoot it, but didn't. He feels it. The fan was all over him. 10 seconds left to play in the game. Off to Davis. In the paint. Puts it up. Basket won't count. Foul on the floor before the shot against Fan. And it'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity for Brian Davis with 6 seconds left on the clock. And the Owls have a 2-point lead. And the Owls here are going to call a timeout as soon as the official hands Brian Davis the ball. Timeout Marshall. 50 points, 9 of those came in the first half, all 3-pointers. 6 seconds left to play in the ball game. Crowd on their feet. Marshall crowd making a racket. Smith hits it. Davis hits the first one. He'll get the bonus. Six seconds on the clock. Second one. We're tied. Timeout is called by Smith Cotton. Basketball the rest of the way. Well, Smith Cotton is going to pressure in the backcourt. They get it into Bodie. Bodie splits two defenders. 3 seconds. He puts one in off the glass. No good. And we're going to go to overtime. Well, Bodie threw one up from 3-point from the mid-court stripe. Darnier got that baby to bat. Has been an overtime game. And the Tigers win the tip. And Rasmussen will have it. So both teams over the limit as we start this overtime period. Arthur Lee against Fan. Shoots over him from 12 and hits. Boy, Kevin Arthur Lee has been... Somebody woke him up at halftime. Here's Abney to the forecourt. Again, Smith Cotton in his own. 2:36 left to play in the overtime. Abney looks left, gets it off to Kotowitz. Kotowitz looks inside. Fan has it. Off to Abney. Abney dribbles into the paint for a short runner. Good. Joe Abney, the money player for the Owls down the stretch. He's got 11 points all in this half. Most of those coming in the fourth quarter. Rasmussen with the basketball. Coming up on 2 minutes left to play in the overtime. Swings a pass to Gagne's side of the lane. Good! Gagne's got 14, 10 in this half. Here's Abney, top of the circle Fan. They won't let Eric launch any more bombs. They're all over him when he touches the basketball out there. Here's Fan. He'll launch one this time. It's way short. Rebound. Great play by Kotowitz. He flashed through the lane. The tip of the sleeper who put it in off the glass. Max has got 8. We're tied again at 54. 1:38 left to play in the ball game. In the corner, Davis has it. Sedalia may want to pull this thing out and go for one here. Minute 20 left coming up on the clock. Davis, bounce pass right side, Arthur Lee. Off to Davis. Bodie on him. Over to Rasmussen. They swing it to Gagne. Gagne, left-hand side, dribbles with it. Into back to Gagne for a jumper. No good. Rebound by Kotowitz. It wasn't a bad shot, but it was a tough one to take. Here's Bodie. Off to Abney. Let's see if the Owls want to try and pull out and hold for one. I think it's what Coach Harton wants. Yep, that's what they're going to do. 50 seconds left to play in the first. Well, it could be the first overtime, and overtime anyway. Here's Abney. Off to Bodie. Bodie dribbles. Gets it back out to Fan. It can be awful hard sometimes to hold the ball this long for one shot. Abney around a man, down the lane, goes to the hole, puts it up, no good. Gets his own rebound, puts it back up. That won't go down. Sleeper had it, lost it. They're going to say it went off a Smith Cotton player out of bounds. The Owls get it back with 26 seconds left. Abney went to the hole with it, had a couple of whacks at it, couldn't get it down. Kotowitz will come out for Marquand Keith. Inbounds pass to Abney. The Owls want to play for one here. Here's Keith with it, out to Abney. Abney splits two defenders again, back out to Bodie. Coming up on 15 seconds left to play in the first overtime. Here's Bodie. The Fan. Fan cross court. Bodie's open, and he's fouled from behind by Dickman. And there's 10 seconds left, and it'll be a 1-and-1 for Steve Bodie. That's Dickman's fourth. Kotowitz will come out. Bodie is 5 of 10 from the line tonight. Steve's a better free throw shooter than that, so maybe the percentages will catch up with him here. Smith Cotton calls a timeout. One and an unbelievable shot by Tiffany Tipton of the Bulldogs. Hannibal here the other night led most of the way in double figures, and the Owls got within 3 with 3 minutes left, but couldn't pull it out and lost by 6. Now they got an overtime burner here tonight. Kotowitz back in the game for Marshall for some rebounding on this free throw. 1-and-1 for Steve Bodie. It's in the air. Good. Boy, Bodie stepped across that line and breathed a sigh of relief making that first one. He's got one big one left. Owls lead by a point. 10 seconds left in overtime. Second one off the back iron, no good. Bodie with the rebound, and he's fouled from behind by Arthur Lee. Well, he'll just have to do it all over again. If he makes them both, it couldn't work out better for the Owls. If he doesn't, Smith Cotton can win it with a bucket at the other end. First one's up. Good! Bodie 7 of 13 from the line. He'll get one more. He gets the bonus. For Arthur Lee, that was his 4th foul. That's academic now, though. Bodie, second one. Good! Smith Cotton needs a 3 to tie it. Here's Arthur Lee in the corner, a long 3. Off the back iron, no good. That's it! The Owls win 57 to 54. Mexico has brought a large contingency of fans here tonight, and the Bulldogs get the tip. On the forecourt with it. Here's Troy McCowan in the corner. McCowan, top of the circle. They swing it around to Thanen. Thanen gets the return pass, shoots a 3. Oh, in and out, no good. Rebound taken down by Kotowitz, out to Bodie. Bodie to the forecourt. Bounce pass left side to Fan for a 3-point bomb. That's off the back iron, no good. Back come the Bulldogs, now they want to run. Here's Bowley with it to the forecourt. Then he runs over a player. Offensive foul going to be called against Mexico. And on the call, that's Chad Wilkinson who picked up the foul. And Abney will inbound against this Mexico press. Up the middle, they work the ball to Kotowitz, to Abney, who will streak to the forecourt on the dribble. Abney almost lost the dribble, gets it back, goes into the paint, puts up a shot. No, gets it back down to Sleeper, lays it up and in. Abney lost it on the way up, but had the presence of mind before his foot hit the floor, would have been walking, to punch the ball over to Sleeper, who was left alone. There's a long three-point try, and hitting it is David Munns. Munns, a 6'3" junior, stuck about a 21-footer that time. Here's Abney, the wing right side. Abney bouncing the basketball back out to Bodie. Bodie will run it down near the timeline. He's working against Wayne Thanet. Bounce pass, three-point land off the Fan. Fan, long cross-court pass. Bodie's wide open, lays it up, missed the shot. Rebound in the lane, tapped up, and coming down with his Valley. Bodie blew the layup, and back comes Munns, and he overran the pass. Back come the Owls on the turnover. Beautiful bounce pass. Bodie to Abney, who lays it up and in. The Owls convert after the Bulldog turnover, and back comes Mexico, down 4-3, 6.5 left to go, first quarter from Marshall. That's Troy McCollum with it, top of the circle. They swing it to Wilkinson. Wilkinson against his Owl zone, long three-point try, count it. That's McCollum with the three. Mexico is the lead again, 6-4. Here's Bodie going baseline all the way down, lays it up. No good, but he'll go to the line to shoot a couple. Bodie blew down the baseline past the defender, and the Owls will go to the line to shoot two. Fouls on Wayne Thanen, that's his first. 2 team fouls against Mexico in the early going. First free throw by Bodie, good. It was Bodie who hit those 3 free throws in the last 10 seconds to secure the win against Sedalia the other night. Steve Taylor of Excelsior Springs, Pete Matrico of Kansas City are officials tonight. Bodie hits the first one, second one rolls around, won't go down. Rebound in the lane by Fan. Fan spins, had the ball slapped away by Valley, but Eric gets it back, then throws the ball away. Back with it comes McCollum, all the way down, lays it up. No good, but a foul is called against Kotowitz. And McCollum will go to the line for a couple. Fan got the rebound, wanted to shoot, it was knocked away, and then the foul was called after the Owls threw it away, and McCollum went down the court. And he just blew right around Abney. Collins free throws, gets 2 of them, good. Collins will get 1 more, and Mexico extends their lead to 7-5. Second shot up, good. Collins hits them both. He's got 5. The Owls are down 8-5. Back comes Abney with it. Abney to the forecourt against McCollum. Dribbles around him in the paint. Down low, Sleeper. He's stuffed. Gets it back. And they're going to say it was a jump ball, and the Owls will get it back on the change of possession arrow. Good block on the way up by Valley. The Owls get it back, though, and here's Bodie into Abney. Abney now Mexico on a man-to-man defense. Abney directing the Owl offense from the point. Just under 6 minutes left to play in this first quarter. Here's Bodie off the Fan. Fan looking cross-court, nothing there. Off to Abney, wing left side. Abney holds the ball on his hip. Top of the circle. Bodie pops out for a jumper. It's going to be short. In the lane, the rebound comes back out. It's tipped away and taken away by Wilkinson. 2-on-1, lays it up. Foul against Abney, and he'll go to the line for a couple. And Abney picks up his first foul. 2 team fouls against Marshall. And Wilkinson will shoot 2 from the line. First one is up, good. Wilkinson hits the first one, he'll get 1 more. And Mexico leads 9-5. That's their biggest lead of the night. Next one by Chad is up. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound. Kotowitz runs it down in the corner for Marshall. Out to Abney. Abney will dribble to the forecourt for Marshall. Between the legs. Looks for something in the middle. Nothing doing. Now kills a dribble at the top of the circle. Good defense by the Bulldogs. They are denying. They're overplaying the passing lanes right now. Let's see if the Owls can work up something around the back door. They're going to clear out a side for Abney, who pumps down the lane, throws it up way too hard off the glass. Rebound by Valley. Then he lost it to Sleeper. Max goes up, lays it up and in. Valley wanted a foul, but none was forthcoming. And Sleeper got the bucket after the turnover. It's a 9-7 game, just inside 5 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Wing left side. They swing it around to Thanen. Thanen back off to McCollum for a 3-point try. No good. Fans called on the foul. And McCollum will shoot 3 free throws. Fan picks up the personal. That's his first. And with 4:47 left to play in the first quarter, we've got a substitution for Mexico. Coming in the ball game is Herb Bruce, 6'2" junior. Herb Bruce comes in the ball game. David Munns, who has a three-pointer in the game, will sit down. First free throw, good. Collins got a strange spin on the basketball when it comes up to the hoop, but it goes down. He'll get two more. Second one. Oh, that one won't go down. Cowan now 3 of 4 from the line. He's got 6 points already in the ball game. Mexico leads 10-7. Still 4:47 left to play in the first quarter. Next free throw. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound on the lane by Bruce. Puts it up and in. Bruce just into the ball game. Now a long lead pass to Fan. Lays it up and in for the Owls. The Owls get it back quickly, and they now trail 12-9. Back comes Mexico. Bulldogs love to run. That's what the Owls like to do. Bruce pass inside. Valley turns in the lane. Puts it up. No good. Rebound down low. Wilkinson, that won't go, but he's fouled on the way down. And Chad Wilkinson will go to the line for 2 more. For Kotowitz, that's Scott's second foul. And the Owls, of course, as you probably well know, don't go very deep on that bench, especially with big players. First one up, good. Wilkinson will get one more. He's got 2 points in the game. Second one, off the back iron, no good. Rebound by Marquin Keith in the lane. Keith guarded by Bruce. He'll bring it up to Fan. Fan to the forecourt for Marshall. Fan kills a dribble, back out to DeMille Davis. DeMille Davis, Marquin Keith in the game. Adney and Kotowitz are out for Marshall right now. Here's Keith in three-point line against Bruce. Off the Sleeper. Sleeper against Valley. Over to Davis, wing left. The Fan, pop out for a three. That won't go down. Rebound tapped up in the lane. DeMille Davis, of all people, comes up with the rebound among the trees. Drives in the lane, puts it up over Bruce. In and out, no good. Rebound by Valley. Valley gets it off to Thanen with it. Thanen to the forecourt, over the line on the left, top of the circle. They punch it out to McCowan. Back to Thanen for a three-point bomb. That's no good. Rebound Marquin Keith. Stolen away by Wilkinson, who lays it up and in. Wilkinson just stole the ball right out of Keith's hands and put it in the bucket. Mexico by 6 here with 3.5 left to go in the quarter. DeMille Davis off to Bodie. The Fan gets around one man and shoots a three over Wilkinson, way off, no good. But then Bruce got tangled up with his own player, Thanen, and knocked the ball out of bounds. Bodie will inbound for the Owls. Tries to get it in, does get it into Sleeper. His shot is blocked by Valley, and Brian Valley is not seeing eye to eye with the officials right now. He picks up the foul. And that's his first of the game. And he'll sit down, and David Munns will come back in. Sleeper will be at the line for a couple. First free throw was good. Max will get one more. He's got 3 points in the ball game. Second shot is up. Good again. Sleeper nails them both. He's got 4. The Owls trail by as many. Now Marshall puts on some pressure in the backcourt. Fan gets a steal after a deflection by Adney. Goes to the hole, lays it up in the left hand, good. Fan with the deuce after the Mexico turnover. The Owls are within 2. Again, pressure in the backcourt. Wilkinson guarded by Abney. Gets around Joe to the scorer's table. Splits 2 defenders. Down the lane. Lays it off to Munns, who puts it up and in. That time Wilkinson just beat the Owl press all by himself. Here's Fan against Wilkinson. Drives left-hand side. Fadeaway jumper from 15. Spins out on him. No good. Rebound Thanen. Back comes Mexico. Wing left side. Off to McCowan in the lane. Down low. Foul called. Shot did not go down for McCowan, but he'll go to the line for a couple. 5 team fouls against Marshall already in this first half. Should say first quarter. That foul was on DeMille Davis. Fan will check out of the ball game. Scott Kotowitz with his 2 fouls comes back in. Free throw rolls around, no good. So McCowan, after hitting his first 3, has hit a bit of a clunker here. He'll get one more. He's already been to the line. This will be a 7th free throw here in the first quarter. That one goes down for the 5'9" sophomore, and back come the Owls. Kotowicz to DeMille Davis. Davis splits 2 defenders to get to the forecourt. Off to Marklin Keith, drives the baseline, lays it up, no good. Rebound by Sleeper. He missed an easy one, and back comes Bruce. Well, the Owls have missed some layups early here. Here's Bruce to the forecourt. Wing right side, shot put up and in. That's George Huffman in the ball game for Mexico. And now we got a whistle as the Owls try and inbound. One of the Mexico players slapped it out of bounds, and Marshall will get it back. Kotowicz will inbound. Kotowicz looks it in, gets it into DeMille Davis. Davis speeds to the forecourt. Almost lost it in the lane, then gets it back, puts it up, no good. Rebound in the lane by Keith. Keith gets a hand on it, splits 2 defenders, steps in, puts it up and in. Owls having a tough time hanging on to the basketball here, especially underneath their own bucket. They trail by 5. 2:03 left to play in the first quarter. Here is Munns with it. They're swinging around. That's McCowan. McCowan in the middle, almost stolen away by Davis, but Thanen gets it. In the middle, Munns spins in the paint, 8 feet away, fade away, count it. David Munns has got 7. And here's Kotowicz working the ball at the middle to Davis. Davis off the Bodie. Steve for a 3-pointer. That's way short in the lane. Rebound to DeMille Davis. Spins down low. Kotowicz gets around for 1 man, but 3-second violation to be called against the Owls. Mexico leads 22-15. New player in the ball game, Brad Lynn, will check in for the Bulldogs. Wing left side, back comes Mexico. Down low, Munn spins against Kotowicz, puts it up, no good. Rebound fought for, Wilkinson comes out with it to Thanen. Back to Wilkinson, guarded by Keith. Cross-court pass stolen away by Abney. Abney and the Owls want to run, but it's 3-on-4. Abney tries to save it, does so to Bodie. Into Keith, who is hacked about 20 feet away from the bucket by one of the Mexico players. That's Huffman on the foul. And the Owls will inbound to their left. Bodie will inbound, Sleeper will come back in, and Marklin Keith will come out. And here's Bodie, he wants to inbound a Sleeper, it's stolen away, then Bodie stole it right back from Wilkinson. Now he tries a 3, it's off the back iron, no good. Then Thanen turns it over as he tried to start a break. Down low, beautiful pass from Abney to Sleeper, who lays it up and in. And back comes Mexico. Here's Thanen, just under a minute left to play in this first quarter. Wilkinson, top of the circle, goes by Fan, spins down the lane, puts up a runner, too hard, no good. Rebound by Fan, back on the Owls. Long lead pass, Bodie on the run, lays it up, no good. Rebound tapped up, no good. The Owls wanted a foul. Back comes Mexico with it. Here's Munns, 1-on-2. Goes up, puts it up and in. Back come the Owls again. Abney, up the Fan. Eric for a 3, that's short. Rebound taken down by Mexico. Back and forth we go. Here's Wilkinson. 20 seconds left to play in the quarter. Mexico leads by 7. Down low, it's slapped away, almost stolen away by Kotowicz. Recovering it is Huffman. In the corner, Wilkinson with 10 seconds. Thanen, top of the circle. He'll drive on Abney. Into the paint, spins, turns, puts it up. They're going to call him for walking. 4 seconds left to play in the quarter. The Owls will try and get off one here. Marklin Keith will check in the ball game. Kotowicz will come out. Mexico will press all over the floor here. Keith gets it into Abney. Abney with 3 seconds, 2. Bodie spins and heaves one to the bucket, half court, no good. And that ends the first quarter. Mexico by 7 after 1. Gets it in to Chad Wilkinson. Wilkinson across the timeline, left-hand dribble against Fan. Wing left side, they get off to Huffman. Huffman drives baseline left. He's cut off by Keith. In the middle, another shot put up. That won't go down by Huffman, and back comes Abney with it. Abney, baseball pass up to Bodie. The Fan who lays it up and in. Beautiful play as the Owls got the 2 passes without even dribbling the ball. They got that break and got the bucket. Here's in the lane. Vallely spins over Sleeper, no good. Rebound down low, put up and in is Brad Lynn with the deuce. That comes Marshall. Down low with the ball at Sleeper. Lost it, gets it back to Keith. Keith drives the lane, puts it up. That's short. Rebound by Keith again, puts it up. Foul this time on Valley. Valley will pick up his second foul. I thought they could have called a foul down there on 2 or 3 different occasions, but finally did blow the whistle, and Marquand Keith will shoot 2 from the line. The Owls down by 7 here with 7:14 left to play and a half. First one, in and out, no good. The Owls just aren't shooting the ball very well here at the outset. Second one, good. But they're only down by 6. The Owls are going to put on a 2-2-1 press here and try and force the Bulldogs into some mistakes. Getting the ball in bounds is Valley. And with it is, in the backcourt is Wilkinson. Wilkinson splits 2 defenders, goes down low. The pass is slapped away by Bodie. Back out to Wilkinson for a 3, buries it. Wilkinson was left open, and he nailed it. The Owls down by 9. Here's Abney to Marquand Keith for a 3-pointer. Good. Marquand Keith answers with a tray for the Owls. He's got 6 off the bench. Wilkinson in the backcourt. Off to McCowan. McCowan against Fan. He's cut off. Long cross-court pass was over the head of everybody, out of bounds. Mexico turns the ball over, and the Owls get it back. Kotowitz and DeMille Davis are back in. Davis will run the club at the point, off to Bodie. Bodie, top of the circle, holds the ball high over his head off to Keith. Keith takes one dribble off to DeMille Davis. Davis gets a screen. Bodie pops out at the foul line for a jumper. That's short. Rebound tapped out. DeMille Davis gets it again. Davis already has 4 rebounds in the ball game. Davis, top of the circle, dribbling. Gets it off wing right to Bodie. Bodie goes down the lane, spins, gets it off to Kotowitz, who lays it up and in. First 2 points of the game for Scott Kotowitz. The Owls are back within 4. But then Wilkinson's left alone for a 3. No good. Rebound in the lane by Keith. Foul going to be called against Wilkinson. And Wilkinson, I guess, will be called for the foul because the player has to have a step to get down with the ball. Sometimes you see that called. Sometimes you'll see it called against the offensive player. That time the Owls got the call. That's 2 on Wilkinson. 6. Now a turnover at the timeline. Here's shot put up no good by McCowan. Not a good shot. Back with it, Kotowitz. Leads the play to Sleeper. Nice pass to DeMille Davis, who lays it up and in. Sleeper was off balance, went behind the back to Davis, if you can believe it, and Davis laid it in. Timeout called by Keith Miller of the Bulldogs. Marshall trails. We've got a couple more buckets, and they're right back in it here. Back with the basketball is Troy McCowan. McCowan to the front court, wing left side, Wilkinson. Back to McCowan, top of the circle. Off to Wilkinson, down low. That's Lynn with it. Back to McCowan in the lane, jumps in for a 12-footer. Gets the roll. That baby rolled around and fell through. McCowan's got 9, and back comes DeMille Davis. Spins to the forecourt around McCowan. Still on the dribble is the Owl junior guard at the top of the circle. Between the legs he goes. Off to Keith. Keith, wing left side. Off to Fan. Fan holds the ball over his head to DeMille Davis. In the far corner, guarded by McCowan. Davis spins in the lane, puts up a runner from 18 feet. No good. Rebound tipped out. And Kotowitz tried to save it, but could not do so as he jumped over the Mexico bench. And the Bulldogs get it back. Coach Kevin Hart making some changes. Abney back in the ball game. Bodie also comes back in. And Marquand Keith and DeMille Davis, who did some good work, will check out. Wing right side with it. Feignan back in the ball game, has it. Off to Wilkinson, foul line jumper, too strong. Rebound by, well, Sleeper had it but lost it. But Cowan gets it back, drives the lane, that won't go. The foul's going to be called against David Munns. And that'll send Mexico over the limit. And the Owls will be shooting free throws for the rest of the half with 4:38 left to go in the second period. Kotowitz will shoot 1 and the bonus if he gets the first one. You're listening to KMMO, Marshall. Pat Duncan with you from Marshall High School. Free throw by Kodowitz, no good. Rebound tapped around, comes out to Thanen. The Owls couldn't convert on the 2 free throws, and back comes Mexico with it. Here's Thanen against Abney. The Owls in a man defense here. Down low, they work the ball to Herb. Bruce was back in the ballgame. He puts up a runner. That's no good. Fan out to Abney. Abney going to be called for steps. Good job by Troy McCown on the far side to get in Abney's way. And Joe didn't have much room to maneuver once he got the basketball into the timeline, spun and moved the pivot foot, and the Owls turn it over. Back comes Mexico with a 4-point lead. Midway through this second quarter, McCowan in the front court has his pass tipped by Abney. Cross court to Thanen for an open 3. That won't go. Rebound by Sleeper. Off the Fan. Fan 3-on-3. Fan weaves down the lane. Lays up with the right hand. Good. Fan's got 8. The Owls are within 2. Back comes Mexico. Here's McCowan, top of the circle. Thanen has it. Back out to McCowan against Bodie. Drives in the lane. Now goes cross court to Wilkinson. Out to Thanen. Munn's trying to post up. Here's a 3, and it counts by Chad Wilkinson. Mexico has 4 3-pointers in the game. Wilkinson's got 2 of them. There's Abney to the forecourt. Mexico leads by 5. Abney drives in the lane. Puts it up off the glass. No good. Rebound Sleeper. Lays it up. Good. Sleeper's got 8. The Owls are back within 3 to the forecourt. 3.5 left to go in the quarter. Pass goes down low. It's stolen away by Bodie. He tries to hit Abney with a lead pass. Joe, great pass to save it to Kodowitz, who has his shot rejected by Bruce. And back comes Mexico 4-on-2. He throws the ball away to Sleeper. Back to Abney. The Owls have a 3-on-2. Abney stops in the lane. Kodowitz spins. Foul called against Wilkinson. And Kodowitz will go back to the line. What end-to-end action here at Marshall High School. What a play by Abney. He was able to turn, spin, keep himself in the air long enough to find a trailer. Kodowitz was trailing the play in the lane. And then Scott had his shot rejected by Bruce, who led the break and then threw the ball right into the hands of Sleeper. And then Max threw an outlet pass to lead the break for the Owls, and here they are at the line. And Kodowitz hits the free throw and gives everybody a chance to catch their breath. The Owls are down by 2. Ron Curtis getting ready to check in the ball game for Mexico. Second one won't go down. Rebound, foul called against Emil Davis. That's 16 fouls against Marshall. And that's the second on Davis. Davis has 4 rebounds in this half, and the 5'8" guard, feeling his oats, tried to challenge David Munns at 6'3". And Munns hit the deck, but Davis picked up the foul. Exactly 3 minutes left to play in the first half. Here is Curtis, the senior in the ballgame for Mexico. Curtis, a part-time starter last year for this ball club. He's had some back problems. Didn't play last night against Fulton, but is playing tonight. Here's Munns, spins in the lane, hits the jumper. David Munns, a good-looking junior. He's got 9. Back comes DeMille Davis. 2:45 left to play in a half. Marshall down by 4. Bodie off the Fan. 3-point country off to DeMille Davis against Curtis. Davis spins in the lane, back off to Bodie. Bodie to Davis. Davis looks into that Mexico defense. Now he'll back it out. Off to Bodie. The Fan against Thanen. Fan off to Markern Keith, top of the circle. Keith off to Bodie. Nice pass inside the Fan. Short 5-footer. Good. Little turnaround 6-foot jumper by Fan. The Owls trail by 2 again. Can't get over the hump. Here's Wilkinson for a 3. That's short. Rebound tapped up. Oh, and Eric Fan had it, tapped it, and lost it. Mexico gets it back. Well, the Owls would have had a chance there to tie the game or take the lead, but lost the ball out of bounds. And Kodowitz will check back in. Sleeper comes out. Fan comes out. Davis is out. Lawless is back in along with Bodie and Markman Keith. Here's Thanen. They swing it around to Wilkinson. Goes inside the 3-point arc. Fakes the shot. Tries to get it down low to Lynn, who lost it. Back comes Bodie. Off to Abney for a jumper. In and out, no good. Rebound tapped up. It goes right back to Abney for a foul line jumper. Good. Abney's got half a dozen. And we're tied at 36. A minute 40 left to go in the first half. It was a long hill for the Owls to climb, but they got back up it. Here's Wilkinson, and not a good foul from behind by Abney. Not a good foul for a couple of reasons. It's his second foul. Wilkinson was 22 feet away from the bucket, and it sends the Owls over the limit. Going to the line will be 6-foot junior Chad Wilkinson. He's got 10 in the game, including 2 threes. The free throw, won't go down. Rebound by Abney. Back on the Owls. A minute and a half of the play and a half. Marshall can take the lead. Here's Abney off the Bodie and three-point land to Marquand Keith. Stops for a short jumper and hits. Marquand Keith off the bench with 8 points. The Owls take the lead 38-36. Back comes Curtis. Lind in the corner, one dribble, back around Curtis. Curtis out to Thanen. Thanen bounce pass right side Wilkinson. Wilkinson looks in the middle of that Owl zone. Lind along the baseline. Offensive foul against Brad Lind. Kodowitz hit the deck. That's a big play because had Lind got there a little sooner, that would have been 3 on Kodowitz. I'm pretty sure Fan and Sleeper, when they come in for Marshall, Kodowitz will be one of the players that comes out. Kodowitz does come out of the ball game with 3 points and 2 fouls. And DeMille Davis will also come out of the ball game. A minute and 4 left to play. They've been shooting real well. Only 1 3-pointer in the ball game, and they've been firing them from all over the place. There's Abney off the Bodie. The Owls are going to spread out the Mexico 1-3-1 zone here. They're going to play for 1. Then this wild first half. Bodie to Abney. The Owls have 3 players across the front, about 15 feet away from the top of the circle. Abney's in the middle, Keith on the left, Bodie on the right. Fan and Sleeper are on the wings, just hands on hips. Now Fan and Keith change positions. 30 seconds left to play in the half. Off to Abney. Abney holds the ball on his hip, throws the ball over his head. 20 seconds now left to play in the half. Everybody gets a chance to catch their breath, and Mexico is just going to wait for the Owls to play for the 1 shot here. Both teams over the limit. 13 seconds. Now the Owls will start the offense. Here's Fan off to Abney. Abney, wing left side, looks for a cutter. 5 seconds. Off to Marquand Keith. He'll take a tray. That's no good. Abney on the rebound. Good at the buzzer. Abney was left alone inside as Mexico forgot. Bodie will inbound for Marshall. Long lead pass into Kodowitz, who broke loose and lays it up and in. Owls haven't used that inbounds play much this year, but they got it in that time, and they lead quickly by 6 here. Wing left side, Thanen. Thanen in the corner. No, fakes the pass. Now he's left alone, shoots a 3 and misses. In the lane, rebound, Vallely had it, lost it, gets it back. Off to McCowan, down low, Vallely gets it back, puts it up and in. The Owls will inbound to start their possession here. Abney to the forecourt with the dribble. Joe switches hands on the dribble, looks inside, still pounds the ball on the floor with the left hand, kills the dribble, off the Fan. And here's Thanen, and Fan going for it in front of the Owl bench. And the Owls are lucky Eric Fan didn't pick up a foul there. Bodie will inbound, gets it into Abney. Abney way out high against Wilkinson. Abney pounds the ball onto the floor, spins on Wilkinson, still working on him with the dribble. Near the foul line, shoots the jumper anyway, hits it. Abney's got 10. The Owls again lead by 6. That's their biggest lead of the game. Thanen trapped at the half-court line, gets it to McCowan. Now here is Munns with a shot inside, spins out on him. Rebound by Sleeper, out to Bodie. Bodie comes down, lays it up, no good. Bodie and McCowan go for it. And at the other end, Vallely and Fan got tangled up, and Vallely hit the deck. And they're going to call it a jump ball, and Mexico has the possession arrow pointing their way on the alternate possession rule, and they get it back. Into the forecourt with it comes Thanen. Thanen tipped, it passes, tipped, Sleeper gets it, off to Abney. Abney 3-on-2, Joe drives to the hole, lays it up, blocked away by Vallely. The Owls will get it back with 6:38 left to play in this third quarter. Bodie into Abney. Over to Fan against Thanen. Fan bounce pass in the corner. Bodie open for a tray. That won't go down. Rebound weak side Kodowitz. Foul on David Munns. Kodowitz working that weak side, and after the miss by Bodie, Kodowitz Kotowitz will go to the... Nope, they're going to say he was fouled on the floor before the shot. Munz picks up his second. Bodie looks to inbound, does so to Abney. Abney retreats on the dribble against Wilkinson. Mexico will step up the pressure. Abney goes to the hole, gets the man off his feet, puts it up, won't get the roll. Tip up and in by Max Sleeper. Sleeper got Munz on his hip and got the deuce, and now Kotowitz picks up a third foul right in front of the scorer's table. You can just see that one coming. Mexico coaches have been working the officials the last few moments, and they got a foul call that time, and Kotowitz picks up his third foul. Here is Bruce down the lane. He walked. Herb Bruce into the ball game, turned it over. Mexico's got 10 turnovers in the ball game. The Owls all of a sudden lead by 8. There's Abney with it. Mexico meets him at the timeline. Joe spins, goes between two defenders off the Sleeper. The Fan. The Owls really got the court spread out here. Here's Fan driving down the lane off the Kotowitz. Off the Bodie. Bodie steps inside the foul line. The Sleeper back to Abney. Abney drives into the paint. Now cuts back in, puts it up over Valley. No good. Rebound by Bruce. Back comes Mexico. Oh, that would have been a big bucket there. Here's Wilkinson with it. Wilkinson to the three-point line. Cross-court Bruce off to Thanen. Thanen against Fan. Holds the ball high over his head. Now gets it back off to Wilkinson. Wilkinson, top of the circle, Thanen. Mexico down by 8, 5.5 left to play in this third quarter. Open is a three-point try is McCowan. That ball went high off the rim, no good, and went to the top of the basket standard, and the Owls get it back. Long lead pass. Kotowitz, the Fan, was behind everybody. Lays it up and in. Eric Fan with a dozen. The Owls lead by 10. And Coach Keith Miller wants a timeout. Mexico looks confused on the court right now, and at least not to this point. Here's Thanen with it against Bodie. Thanen to the forecourt on the dribble. Kills the dribble. Gets it off to Wilkinson. Wilkinson off to Thanen, top of the circle. They swing it around. Thanen goes into the paint, kills it. Back out to McCowan. Dribbles in the lane. That's Wilkinson, rather, and he hits. Chad Wilkinson gets the deuce. Long lead pass to Fan, who lays it up, no good. Rebound by Sleeper, and he stepped on the out-of-bounds line, and Mexico gets it back. Well, the Owls beat Mexico down the floor, but Fan was short on the layup. He was off balance and just threw it up. And back comes Mexico with it. Long pass off. Nice play by Sleeper for a steal. Off the Bodie. Back to Sleeper. Max will hold it up. Good play by the Owls senior. Now Fan will back out the dribble. Fan gives it up over to Bodie, wing left side. 4.5 left to play in this third quarter. Marshall by 8. Bodie splits two men. Bounce pass down low. Kotowitz had his shot blocked by Bruce. He's battling on the floor with it. We're going to have a tied up ball. And the arrow is pointing towards Marshall. The Owls are spreading Mexico out in that man-to-man, and they're getting 2-on-1s down low on the penetration dribble, and they're just shooting layups here. Here's Abney. That time, though, Mexico was able to get the block. Abney spreads Mexico out again. Over to Sleeper in the corner. Top of the circle, they work at the Fan. Fan will go one-on-one. Still on the dribble. Now kicks it back out to Bodie near the hash. Bodie, top of the circle, left-hand dribble, off to Abney. Abney might go one-on-one here against McCowan. Abney now retreats on the dribble near the timeline. 5-second call against the Owls. Even if you're dribbling the ball, if you're not working the offense, that's a new rule in high school basketball this year. We've seen that call a couple of times this season. The Owls, unfortunately, haven't happened to them here. Quickly back is McCowan for a jumper in the lane. No good. Rebound by Kotowitz. And then we got a foul called against Eric Fan away from the ball. Fan have evidently pushed a Mexico player from the other side of the floor away from the action, and the official caught it. Really hurts as far as the Owls are concerned. They get it back out. Here's Thanen, wing right side. Wilkinson dribbles in the lane, tries to go down the lane with the pass and throws it away. Mexico 11 turnovers. That's uncharacteristic for them this early in the ball game. Abney double teamed in the backcourt. Gets it off to Bodie. Bodie one bounce to Abney to the forecourt. Abney, offensive foul against Joe Abney. Coach Kevin Hart can't believe it. Coach Kevin Hart wants a timeout. The Owls lead by 8. Back, down by 8. Feigning on the dribble to the forecourt for the Bulldogs. Yells out of play, now takes Abney to the three-point line, now kicks it back off to Wilkinson. Wilkinson, bounce pass off to McCowan, off to Wilkinson in this Owl zone. Bruce is down low, battling with Sleeper. Around the wing is Thanen, down low, that gets it to Munns. Munns in the lane, 8 feet away, good. Munns with a one-handed jumper. Long lead pass up to Bodie. Bodie, cross court to the Keith. Markman to the baseline, has to pull it back out to Abney. Off to Keith again for a three-point try. That won't go down. Rebound down low. Sleeper battles. Can't get it. Bodie gets it. Down low to Sleeper. Count it. Sleeper's got a dozen. The Owls lead again by 8. Under 3 minutes left to play in the third. Marshall in the zone, and they're playing Munns tough down low. Feigning. Mexico crowd right in front of us tries to get a racket up for their team going. McCowan in the lane, down low. Valloway lost the pass. Mexico turns the ball over again. And Eric Fan will check back in for Marshall, and Kotowitz with those 3 fouls will come out. Coach Kevin Hart would like to probably keep Scott out of the game until that fourth quarter with those 3 fouls. Here's Abney, long pass up to Bodie to Fan to the forecourt. Fan wants to shoot the 3 but doesn't. Off to Abney. 2.5 left to play in the third. The Owls lead by 8. They've led by as many as 10. Abney around a screen from Sleeper, still on the dribble. Spins in the lane, left hand, puts it up, no good. Rebound, Sleeper won't go. Foul over the back against McCowan. Is buzzed back into the game, and Joe Abney, who also has 3 fouls, will get a blow on the Owl bench. Sleeper will shoot a deuce. That for Munns was his 3rd foul. He's the only Mexico player that has 3. First free throw, no good. The Owls lead by 8. They've had some chances to widen that gap and haven't been able to do so. On the other hand, Mexico's had chances to get closer, but haven't. Sleeper hits the second one. Kotowitz does check back in the ballgame for Sleeper, so Kotowitz with 3 fouls is back in there. Let's see if Mexico goes at him on this possession. The Owls press a little bit. Here's McCowan up the middle with the dribble against Bodie. Coming up on 2 minutes left to play, third quarter. Here's Thaney with it against DeMille Davis, top of the circle. Off to Wilkinson, drives the lane, left hand pulls up for the jumper, no good. And a foul is called in the lane against Fan. That's 3 on him. Fan has 3, Kotowitz with 3, they're on the floor. Abney has 3, he's on the bench. And Munns has 3 from Mexico, he's on the bench. And Wilkinson will be at the line for 2 with a 9-point Mexico deficit. Hits the first one. Wilkinson's got 13, he'll get 1 more from the line. Second one, good. He hits them both. Now the Owls see pressure all over the floor. Bodie to the forecourt, 3-on-1. Kotowitz against Bruce, saves and inbounds to Fan, back to DeMille Davis. DeMarquin Keith, he walked. The Owls have 9 turnovers in the game. Mexico down by 7. They can get as close as they've been in quite a while. Here's Thane into the forecourt against Bodie. Backs off in the dribble, gets away from Davis. Off to Wilkinson. The Owls in a man defense. Wilkinson throws the ball away. It'll go to the back court. And the Owls will get it back. It was saved by McCowan, but that was not a good pass by Wilkinson. He was caught along the baseline, and it's just wild. They threw it from behind the back. Very tenacious. Here's Abney on the inbounds pass. Abney off to Bodie. Bodie back to Eric Fan, who's back in the ball game. 1.5 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Fan out to Abney. Over to Bodie. Bodie looks inside. Fan flash open for a moment, but Bodie decided not to throw it in there. Steve goes down the lane. Not a good pass. Abney had it, lost it. 2 players hit the deck. Traveling violation against Mexico. And the Mexico fans in front of us want a foul on Abney. Tim and Thanen both went up for it. And the Owls may have gotten away with one there. Here's Bodie into DeMille Davis. Davis on the dribble. 1:18 left to play in the third quarter. Davis cuts through 2 defenders, back to Abney. Abney out to Bodie. The Owls are going to try and hold for, well, hold on here. Bodie will split 2 defenders, now kicks it back out to Davis. Davis between the 2 circles, between the legs. Davis still on the dribble. Swings it right-hand side sleeper. Back out to Abney. Abney curls towards the three-point line. Now he'll hold up on the dribble. Still bouncing the basketball, but he's got to watch that 5 count. Abney still on the dribble. Now the official starts the 5 count. Goes to the three-point line, cuts in, shoots a shot. Is blocked from behind by Valley. And back comes Mexico. 40 seconds left to play in the quarter. Here's Thanen in three-point country. Holds up the dribble to Bruce. In the middle, Valley has the ball slapped away. Gets it back, hits the bucket. He's got 4 in the game. The Owls are inbound. Davis to Fan. Fan to Davis in the backcourt. DeMille to the forecourt. Bounce pass to Abney. Abney fakes the shot. Back off to DeMille Davis. 15 seconds left to play in the quarter. Coming up on 10 seconds left to play in the quarter. Davis out to Bodie. 8 seconds. Bodie in the lane. Back off the Fan. Eric for a long 3. No good. Rebound sleeper. No good. He hits the deck. No call. And that ends the third quarter. They're letting them play here at Marshall. Inbounds to Ron Curtis, who's back in the ballgame for Mexico. Curtis, top of the circle, played a little bit in the first half, but did not score. Here's Thanen, top of the circle, Curtis. They're swinging around to McCowan, to the senior Curtis. Curtis steps in, off to McCowan. McCowan drives in the lane, back out to Valley, foul line jumper, good again. Ryan Valley, he's got half a dozen. Long lead pass to Fan, who lays it up and in. Boy, the Owls have been working that play to death, and nobody seems to be able to stop it here so far. Here's Curtis, drives in the lane, and the Valley puts it up and in. Quickly back is Mexico. Here's Kodowitz in the backcourt. Trap off to Abney. Abney. Nobody comes to help out. Long cross-court pass. He throws it away. The Owls didn't have anybody come back to help out. And Mexico can tie it with a 3 and start to feel the heat here against the 6th-ranked team in 3A basketball in the state of Missouri. Here's McCowan off the Curtis, top of the circle. Dribbles off the McCowan, back to Curtis. Curtis inside of Bodie, down the lane, 8-footer, good! Curtis gets his first 2. The Owls might want to get a timeout here. Here's Kodowitz up the middle to Sleeper, off to Bodie. Bodie 2-on-1 over to Fan for a jumper, side of the lane, no good. Eric's cold. Kodowitz in the lane, called for his 4th foul. We've only played 1 minute and 11 seconds here this 4th quarter, but it couldn't have started out worse for Marshall. Coach Depp not shot well most of the night, and it's really starting to take its toll. Here's Curtis with it to the forecourt for Mexico. Curtis against Abney. The Owls in the zone. They swing it over to McCowan. To Thanen. Thanen in the lane. To Valley. Back out to McCowan. McCowan over to Thanen, top of the circle. He stops, back off to Curtis. Curtis will take 1 dribble, back to Thanen, top of the circle against Bodie. Wing right, McCowan in the lane, turns, puts it up, no good. Rebound, Kodowitz. Kodowitz tips it out, it's stolen away by Valley. To Munns in the lane, puts it up, good! Munns gets the bucket, Mexico takes the lead. Abney double teamed in the backcourt, off the Sleeper. Sleeper over to Bodie. Bodie has it. Bodie for the Owls against Curtis. Stolen away by Curtis. Curtis against Bodie, lays it up. He's fouled from behind by Bodie, and Curtis will shoot 2. Marquand Keith and DeMille Davis get ready to check back in for the Owls. Kodowitz and Abney will come out. Curtis with 2 shots from the line. 5:58 left to play in the 4th quarter. First one, no good. Well, the foul by Bodie has already paid off as Curtis missed at least 1 of the free throws. He'll get 1 more. That was first foul against Bodie, but 6 against the Marshall as a team in this half. Second one, no good. Rebound by Sleeper. The Owls can take the lead on this possession. Keith off to DeMille Davis. Davis and Keith gave the Owls a lot in that first half. Let's see if they can pump some life back into this Marshall ball club here in the 4th quarter. Here's Sleeper down the lane, off to Keith. Keith spins. Now he'll had nowhere to go and goes back outside to Davis. Davis holds the ball on his hip against McCowan. Off the Fan. Eric has not been able to work himself or get those threes tonight. Here's Sleeper in the lane, off the fan for a jumper. That's no good. Rebound by DeMille Davis, weak side. In the middle, the ball slapped away, stolen away by Curtis. Curtis will hold up. Now goes to the three-point line. Has it stolen away by Sleeper. Off the Bodie. Bodie 2-on-1, but has to back it out. Bodie was in an awkward position on the floor. Down low to Keith. And it's a foul from behind by Brian Valley. That'll be 3 on him. And Keith will be at the line to try and give the Owls the lead again. Keith at the line, hits the first one. Keith has got 9 points. That ties it at 54 with 5:04 left. He'll get one more. It's up. Good. Marquand hits them both. The Owls lead again by a point. And back come the Bulldogs. Curtis on the dribble. Across the timeline. Pass over to Thanen. Left side, Valley on the wing. Back to Thanen. Cross-court pass, Curtis. Fakes the jumper. He's double-teamed. Back off to McCowan. McCowan. Back to Curtis. Curtis dribbles towards the lane. Back to Thanen. Thanen inside Munns over Sleeper. Good again! Our Munns and Valley have been poisoned down low for the Owls. And now a foul against Curtis against Sleeper. Sleeper turned, had the ball down around his hip, and Curtis tried to pick his pocket. He's making the call. That's Curtis's first foul. 14 fouls against Mexico. Owls have a chance to take the lead again here. Keith in the corner to Fan. Fan holds it out high. Looks for help. Cross court way over to Marquand Keith. Top of the circle off to Abney. Abney against Troy McCowan. Over to Keith. To Fan and three-point land against Thanen. Fan on the dribble. Gets a screen. Stops. Top of the circle. Three-pointer. Good! Fan hits his first three. He's got 17. The Owls lead by a deuce. Midway through the fourth quarter. Curtis against Keith. Top of the circle, Thanen. Off to McCowan. To Thanen against Abney. Thanen to the foul line. Off to Curtis. Curtis wheels, deals. Down low to Valley. 8-foot jumper. Fade away. Good again. Valley in double figures with 10. We're tied. Here's Abney in the backcourt. Double team. Starts the dribble. Still trying to get away. Off the Sleeper to the forecourt. Max. Great pass to Keith. Down low to Fan, who lays it up. No good. Rebound by Munns. Oh, the Owls blew away up there. We're still tied. Back comes Curtis to the forecourt. Off to McCowan. Offensive foul against McCowan. And the Mexico fans here can't believe it. For the Owls. It's made the Owls rush their offense, and they really don't have to. Here's Keith to the forecourt. 3-on-2. Bounce past the Fan. Side of the lane jumper. Good. Eric's got 19. The Owls again lead by 2. Wing right side, McCowan. McCowan, top of the circle, Curtis. Off to Thanen. The Valley, wing left. Another jumper. Missed it finally. Gets his own rebound in the lane. Back off to Thanen. To Curtis. Drives the lane. Lays it up. Right hand. No good. Rebound tapped up. Sleeper gets it for the Owls. Off to Bodie. Bodie will cross the timeline. We're under 3 minutes. Bodie off to Abney. Abney steps up for a foul line. Jumper good! Abney's got a dozen. The Owls lead by 4. Back over the line on the left is Curtis. Curtis off the Valley. In the middle, Munns. Double team. Spins in the lane. Hits it. Oh, that kid's a player, man. He's got 17. None of them have come easy. Abney up the middle to Bodie. Bodie to the forecourt. Bounce pass to Fan. Fan off the glass. Good! Eric Fan's on fire here in this fourth quarter. The Owls lead by 4 again. Curtis off to Thanen. Over to Valley. Drives baseline. Blocking foul on Sleeper. Either way, it's going to be a shooting foul. It's going to the limit as far as the Owls going to the line. Free throw. Good. Boy, much like last year, Mexico has a 1-2 punch down low with Valley and Munns, and they're only juniors. Valley hits them both. And again, pressure in the backcourt. Abney gets it into Bodie. Back to Abney. Abney one dribble, throws it up the middle. It's taken away by Fan. Fan with it. Off to Bodie. 2-point Owl lead. Under 2 minutes left to play in the ball game. Abney against Wilkinson. Abney splits two defenders. Down the lane, goes up, and the ball was knocked out of bounds, I believe, by Curtis. No foul call. It's just knocked out of bounds against Mexico, and the Owls get it back with 1:52 left in the fourth. Owls get it into Abney to Fan. It's slacked away, and the official on the far side calls it a jump ball because he couldn't determine. That's Steve Taylor, the official. Couldn't determine which player went out on, and the Owls, fortunately, have the possession arrow pointing their way, but that's a possession they won't get later if need be. Here's Bodie on the far side against Curtis. Bodie off the Fan. It's knocked away, stolen away by Thaynen. Mexico can tie it here. Here's Curtis down the lane. The Munns put it up. Good! Munns ties it up. Abney in the backcourt to Kotowitz. Up to Bodie. 1:30 left to play in the ball game. Off the Fan for a jumper. It's no good. Rebound in the corner. Bodie. Foul called against Wilkinson. That'll be 16 fouls against Mexico with 1:22 left. Munns has got 19. Valley has a dozen. They have done just about all the scoring in the second half for the Bulldogs. Bodie will inbound. Gets it into Abney on the far side. Defense from Mexico is tenacious. Abney goes down the lane, puts it up, no good. Rebound by Curtis, and now Mexico. Curtis has it, lost it, now got it back to Wilkinson. To the forecourt against Abney. Wilkinson down the lane, off the Valley for a shot, good again! Valley's got 14. A minute left to play in the game. Here's Bodie tries to get away from pressure, and he's fouled from behind by Thaynen. And that'll send Bodie to the line with 58 seconds left for a 1-and-1. In the jumpers. Bodie for a 1-and-1. Owls trail by 2. It's up. No good. Rebound comes out to Curtis. Mexico has a 2-point lead on the ball. Here's Thaynen to the forecourt. Now Mexico can sit on the ball here. Wait for the Owls to foul. And Kotowitz comes out and fouls Wilkinson. And that'll be 5 on him. I believe that's 5 on him. Yeah, Scott's out of the ball game. Kotowitz with 5 points. Marklin Keith checks in, and Wilkinson will be at the line for a 1-and-1. Well, I think the Owls are going to call a timeout here. Coach Kevin Hart trying to ice the shooter and set up Wilkinson. It's up. Good. Wilkinson 5 of 7 from the stripe. He'll get one more. Here's the big one, because if he makes it, the Owls need 2 possessions. It's up. Good again. Wilkinson nails them both. Now Mexico will fall back and play defense. Here's Abney. Up to Bodie to the forecourt. Bodie against Curtis. Bodie on the dribble, almost lost it. Bodie down the lane, shoots, puts it up, no good. Rebound, tapped out to Curtis. Curtis ahead of the pack, down the lane, lays it up, count the bucket. Foul called against Marklin Keith. And that ought to just about do it. Curtis got the bucket and got fouled on the free throw. Good. Back comes Abney for the Owls with 30 seconds. Abney for a long 3. Off the back iron, no good. Tapped up by Sleeper, no good. Max gets it back. It's rejected by Valley. With 20 quarter. Bodie into Abney. Abney shakes, bakes at the 3-point line, trying to get loose. Cuts inside a man. Off the Fan. It goes off a player out of bounds. And it will be Marshall basketball, but it's academic now with 13 seconds left on the clock. Bodie inbounds into Abney for a 3. It's partially blocked, hits the side of the backboard. The Owls get it back. Fan with it out high. Off to Abney, 6 seconds left. Back to Fan, he pumps up a long 3. That doesn't go down. Sleeper will get the lay-in at the buzzer. But Mexico will win it 71-68 over the Owls.